Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I always have to look at the date. I'm terrible at this. It's 21st. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I've been like pumped about this call. I actually woke up and I was like coming down with something and I just kind of like retrained my focus and I'm feeling like amazing and so pumped up to kind of bring it for you guys. Before we get started, one thing I want, and I posted in April's team page, I posted in my team page, so hopefully you guys have it, but I posted a graphic of like almost like a pie chart, it looks like. If you guys don't have it, make sure you head over really quick or you can try to draw one up, but that's going to be really important because I want this to be tangible for you guys so that you can take something away and learn from it and start implementing it immediately. So if you don't have that, go look it up real quick. Print it out if you have a printer handy. If not, go ahead and just draw it while I'm doing this. And I'm going to share my screen real quick so that I can do recognition and everything. Hold on one second. Do you have to give me permission to share my screen? Because it's not letting me. Let me see. Okay, there it is. Never mind. I got it. Okay. Okay, can everyone see this? Thumbs up? Yep, okay, good. All right, so I'm not going to read off everybody's name because it would literally take forever and I want to, that's a good thing. That's a good thing when it'll take forever. And I really want to respect everybody's time, but I'm going to take extra long just to shout out Hannah freaking Day, who is rocking out. You guys, she is like on fire, like incredible. So Kevin Day, if you don't know, is obviously her husband. So she has 26 SC points right now. And it's not about the SC points. It's literally she's changing freaking lives every single day hustling. And that's incredible. So congrats to you, Chica. Obviously, she's just kicking butt like all around. And Melissa Ludwig is at SC9, which is incredible. For team weekly volume leaders, we have Melissa, Sammy, Carolyn, Christy, Heather, Emmy, and then Ricky. So congratulations, guys. And then obviously under top recruiters, we have Hannah and Kevin, Carolyn, Sammy, Madeline, Melissa, Norm, and Sarah. So congratulations. Let me see if I can move our faces so that I can scroll to the next one real quick. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so this is just going over SC again, and this is everyone on the board down here, so congratulations everyone who's on the board. You guys, we still have like time to get SC, so don't stop pushing now. We have the bar blend. We're going to be getting a sample workout on Monday that we can give to people, so make sure that you guys are writing people's email down. We're all, some of us are pushing for the 3-day refresh. You can always offer a challenge pack for that. Challenge packs are $20 off, so it's such a steal. And then also we're going to be having a Black Friday sale, and I'll go over that in a second also. But that's right on here. So Black Friday sale is it's going to start Black Friday, so the 29th, 30th, and the 1st. April said she already has it set up so we can start adding people in there. She just put a welcome post in there where you can literally have opportunity to win a prize just by posting a GIF, whatever you call it. And introducing yourself. So I have not posted that in our team page yet. I'm not sure if Heather has either, but everybody, we will make sure that we get that info to you so that you guys can take advantage of that. Honestly, April, maybe we should talk about that. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I don't know if we've talked details about it, but I'm sure there's going to be like raffles. Like, are we going to do gift cards as prizes and things like chip in?
Yeah. So I was thinking, there's 2 people waiting in the waiting room. I'm like on Zoom trying to figure this out. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna do 2 gift cards. I changed it. Somebody was like, there was a gift card associated with every package, and I just don't think that new coaches need to be sending out a ton of gift cards for every single person. So I think it's plenty. There's $20 off, and everybody that purchases will get entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So I was going to do a $50 Amazon gift card, and then a second one, a $50 Amazon gift card for people that sign up as coaches.
Awesome. I love that. And then also, guys, if any of your people get started, like you could always do something. You could send them an Energize sample. You could send them a Shakeology, the whatever you want, but just send them something. Everybody loves gifts like that. And especially around the holidays when you know that they're putting their health first, like acknowledge them because people love that. So that's going to be really good. So make sure that everybody gets plugged into there. And like I said, I will make sure that I post that. Okay. So anyway, first, I am just going to talk to you guys. This event was seriously incredible. I remember, being on this call where they offered us a special price for this ticket. And anybody who doesn't know, obviously Tony Robbins is like the guru of all life coaches. He's the top life coach in the world. He's coached people like Mother Teresa, 5 of our presidents, Oprah. Like, he's just absolutely incredible. So much that I was so scared not only to invest in this, but just to show up, because I was so intimidated by what I had heard that I was nervous. So I called I called April and I was like, I don't know what I should do. Like, I don't know. And she's like, go. Like, you will never see more growth than you do when you put yourself in to growth experiences like this. And you guys, this was the first event I had ever been to that wasn't just Beachbody related. And it will absolutely be a non-negotiable for me every single year. And I suggest that for you too. Events are a game changer for growing yourself and growing your business. We cannot, and I talk about this all the time, but there is a ceiling to our success if we do not grow as humans along the way. And that's what this was. Honestly, I walked in there and I just kept telling myself, like, I'm going to play full out. I had heard like weird things that we had to do. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go in there. I invested to be here. And I'm going to let it transform me from the inside out. And it was very like out of my comfort zone. So if you guys had followed me at all, obviously the first day was insane. We start there and then we don't leave there until 1 a.m. and then we walk on fire. Like, I'm not even kidding you. We walked across 2,000-degree hot coal, all of us. And there's 13,000 people in the stadium. But we became family. We became like a group of people who were just there to support each other. I sat next to multimillionaires who were accountants, who were just looking to gain better relationships, just be better people. And it was a full submersion of being in this atmosphere that is just undescribable. So if you can invest in making it to an event, even Summit, if you've never been to Summit, if you've never been to a Super Saturday, you guys are seriously just shooting yourself in the foot, because being around like-minded people who are there to grow just like you is incredible. And we hear all the time that we are the sum of the 5 people we hang around with. And I always make the joke and laugh because I obviously hang out with my 2 toddlers more than anybody. But when you can be around like-minded people who are in that growth mindset, you will continue to grow and never stay stagnant. So I just wanted to start by saying that. One of the things, and if you've seen my stories, you've seen that I've been practicing this thing called peak state. It was the first thing we learned there, and it was weird. We got there, and you guys, I'm a dancer. I love dancing. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I just love high energy people. And every day started with dancers on the stage, and he would tell us that we were going to get into peak state. Nobody really knew what that meant, but it meant that he was going to call you out if anybody was sitting in the stands. You had to jump up and down like a crazy person, take it from a level 10 to a level 31, and throughout these 50 hours that we spent with him, he really talked about what was the meaning behind that. So I'm going to share my screen. I put together like a little PowerPoint, but mostly I just want to kind of share my heart with you guys and go from there. Okay, everyone can see this. April, I can see your face. Can you see this? Okay, good. Okay, so this is Tony Robbins, obviously. Okay, so peak state. Peak state just pretty much means that you are getting in the high energy state. We started out every single session like this. He would be in the middle of a sentence and you would just hear music start blasting and we would have to get up out of our seats and just start jumping up and down. We had no idea why we were doing this, but later he explained it to us. And so much of it was that, him explaining to us that how we show up, the energy that we bring is directly related to the success that we see in relationships and business. And a lot of the comparisons that he did was with relationships. So I want you to think, if you're married, think about your relationship with a spouse. And this was really eye-opening to me. You can love somebody so much, but there is a difference between 2 people having a loving relationship and having a high energy relationship. Energy is related to the passion that you bring when you show up. So you can have one couple who loves each other very much, but but they don't have high energy, right? So they're just kind of going through the motions. We love our spouse, right? We love our boyfriends. We love our kids, however it is. But what would that relationship look like if you showed up high energy? We see people on Instagram who are very eccentric people, right? I don't know if you guys know who Keisha Fitzgerald is, but she's like the first person who comes to mind when I think of somebody who's like high energy. She's contagious. Like her energy is contagious. The cool thing about this is that energy is a habit. So anybody can do it. You just have to have the right mindset and be willing to do it, pretty much, okay? So I want you to think about that. I really want you to start rating your energy when you show up for your business and make sure that you're getting in peak state every single day. Write this down. If you guys search on YouTube, Tony Robbins peak state, there is literally a 14-minute like video that walks you through it. And he plays like pump up music. So you're jumping up and down. And then he says the same words that we had to repeat to him. So it'll start out saying like, now I am the voice. I will lead, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. Like all of those things that he says to you are things that we had to scream back at him. So when you're doing this, and you guys, like I have been doing it with my kids and they love it so much. So let me explain to you about this. He went, and this wasn't until like the third day, I believe, he explained why it is so important to get into peak state and really talks about the benefits of rebounding. Rebounding means that you're just jumping up and down, okay? So when you jump up, you are landing with twice the gravitational pull as when you were just standing there, right? Like your force is a lot more. So when you break this down to a cellular level, I'm going to like nerd out on you for a minute, but I want you to see the science behind this because it's really, really important. It doesn't just go for your business. It literally goes for every aspect of your life, okay? So number one, the vertical use of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity, jumping up and down, provides the ideal conditions for cleansing cells. Rebounding is a true cellular exercise. It builds physical cellular strength by challenging the structure of each cell. This strengthening of the cells helps to protect against degenerative disease. It leads to improved posture, increased vascularity, better muscle tone, enhanced timing, sharper vision, greater coordination, better balance, more rhythm, and elevated energy levels. By working against the constant gravitational pressure while bouncing, you resist the Earth's pull. Gravity becomes a force of the good for your entire body. It provides the stimulus for a free-flowing lymphatic drainage system, which helps rid your body of toxins, cancer cells, waste, trapped protein, bacteria, viruses, and other waste the cells cast off. I thought that was incredible. Literally, as you are getting in peak state and jumping up and down, like he suggests doing it 20 to 30 minutes a day, anytime during the day. You don't have to do it all consecutively, but just in different states. You are literally ridding your body, your cells to the toxins that are there. So I introduced this to my kids and we love it. But this is one thing. When we showed up every single day, we were there for 15, 16-hour days. And not once did we get tired because we were excited. We were jumping. We were showing up with high energy every single day. And I just think that, I don't know, I thought that that was absolutely incredible. Okay, so let me go to the next. I have like 3 things here, so I want to make sure that I covered everything. Okay, so this is the other thing. He talked about us coming home and people thinking that we were in a cult. Like you might see me jumping up and down and think that I look crazy or that my kids look crazy or what I'm doing is crazy. But here's the deal, guys. Followers follow the culture and leaders create their own culture. If you're not willing to change, if you physically know that this can help you create a bit better, healthier life for yourself and your family, the only reason you won't do it is because either you don't believe, and I just literally explained to you proof behind it, or you're scared about what other people are going to think of you. And I want you to change your perspective and be willing to be vulnerable on this call with me today. Because you guys are not followers, right? We are all leaders. We're all leaders of our own teams, whether you have a team yet or not. Like we are all leaders of our family and we have to create our own culture, okay? If you want a different result, you have to do something different. If you're wondering why you've been stagnant in your business, it's because you're not willing to change. You're not willing to do something different, right? We all get comfortable. We know how amazing it is to step out of our comfort zones, even though it might be scary. I just want you guys to vow to me that for the next, through this weekend, you will try to get into peak state. Try to get into peak state before you work out, before you have to go to, a family get together, before you're sending your invites, before you're doing something that you're not looking forward to, and just get yourself in that high energy. Let me go to this next one real quick. So I thought this was pretty cool too. When you're thinking about your business, okay, this is a constant cycle. I'm trying to look and see if there are kids on here because Tony swore a lot, so I'm going to say a swear word. And I normally don't swear because I'm not a potty mouth kind of person, but I have to emphasize this. Okay, so if you do not believe in the potential that you have, you will take, I'm going to say crappy instead of the word he used. You're going to take crappy action, which will produce crappy results, which will affirm your beliefs that you don't have any potential, and the cycle starts over and over again. How many of you have ever been guilty of not believing in yourself, not believing in the products, not believing in this business? And here's the deal. We know the business works. We know that the products work because we've seen it. So most of the time, it's that we don't believe in ourselves and our own potential. Maybe in the past, you've had past failures. Maybe you feel like you've never put yourself out there or really amounted to what you thought. Maybe you've just never been somebody who's been above average in your life. But guess what? Everybody has fair turf in this business, okay? But if you don't believe in your potential, you're not going to take the correct action that you need. And if you don't take the correct action, you're not going to get the results. And what happens when we get crappy results, or when we don't get the paycheck we want, or we don't change as many lives as we want, or we're not on the SC board? Like, what happens when we don't get that? Our belief tanks, right? Our belief goes down. And this is a whole cycle of life. And I just think it's so crazy that everything he was talking about pertains so much to our business. The whole reason I wanted to do this call, you guys, was to really talk to you guys about the pyramid of mastery. In order to do that, first thing, I want you guys to get your graph out. So if you have your circle graph, I want you to get it out. I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute, and I'll go back to the last slide after so I can see all your faces. Okay. If you have this graph out, I want you to grab a pen, and I'm going to tell you what to write in all of these lines. So if you're starting with the top left, right up here, I want you guys to write down contribution. And underneath it, I want you to write in parentheses, giving. And then if we're going clockwise, so the next top one, I want you to write down contribution again. But in parentheses, I want you to put adding value this time. And if you go down, if we're still going clockwise, you're going to put finances in the next one. Then career/mission for the next one. On the bottom right, it's going to be time. You guys let me know if I'm going too fast. Bottom left is relationships. And then as we're going back up the circle, it's going to be emotions/meanings. And the last one is your physical body. Does anybody need me to go over those again? Or did everyone get them?
Yeah, can you go over them again?
100%. Okay, starting from the top left, it's going to be contribution. In parentheses, it's going to be giving. On the top right, it's going to be contribution, but in parentheses this time, it's going to be adding value. Then finances, career/mission. Time is at the bottom right. If you're going to the bottom left, it's relationships. Then emotions and meanings. And then the last one is physical body. Good? Okay, so I'm going to go over these with you guys, and I want you guys to rate yourself on a level of 0 to 10 in each of these, okay? You don't have to put it in the circle, just put it like right underneath it somewhere. So obviously we know if we're starting with contribution giving, That's going to be how much you give to others, whether you're giving your time or whether you're giving monetary, whether you do donations, whether you volunteer. That's like physically giving to somebody, okay? Contribution, adding value. I want you to pertain this specifically to your business. How much value are you adding in your business? Finances. I don't want it to be, what is it?
Say a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
Okay.
1 being that you do not, and 10 being you rate yourself very highly, okay? Finances. I don't want this to be how much you make, because that doesn't matter at this point. Finances mean, what is your relationship with money? How do you do spending money? Do you spend money wisely? Do you have a good relationship with money? That's what I want you to rate yourself on. Career and mission. Rate yourself 1 to 10. Time. How good are you with your time? Hannah, you dancing?
You know me in time. I said, oh, that one's low.
I love it. Relationships. I want you to think of how your relationships are, whether it's with a spouse, whether it's with your parents, whether it's with your kids, whoever it is, your friends. How are your relationships? How would you rate yourself? Your emotions and meanings. This is a big one. Do you feel like you're somebody who controls your emotions, or are you somebody who makes up what things mean? So if you're somebody who sends an invite and somebody tells you, no, not right now, and you're like, that means that they hate me, I'm a terrible coach, I'm never going to succeed in this, then you probably don't have control of your emotions. As women, we tend to struggle with this. I'm going to be honest. Emotions are hard for us women. And then your physical body. Be honest, you guys. This is not going to work if you're not honest. How good are you with your nutrition? How good are you with consistency? How good are you with your workouts? How good are you with committing to a program? Okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to take this chart. Actually, before we even do that, I want you guys to type in the chat what your lowest number is. And if you have a tie, not what the number is, but what is the category. And if you have a tie, I want you to type both of those in. I'll give you a minute. Wow, I love how diverse these are. Awesome. Most of the ones that we heard were finances and physical body, which I just thought is so cool that we and we struggle with it. That was one of my lowest ones, was physical body when I got there, just like my mindset around it. So I think it's pretty cool to see adding value, giving. Okay. Okay, awesome. So now I want you to take your pie chart and say for physical body that you had let me see which one I can do. I rate myself say I rate myself for like a 6 or a 7 on physical body. I'm going to put it like there. If it was like a 2, I would put it like right here. I want you guys to do that with the associating number. I want you to fill it in with how big that number is. Bet you didn't know we were doing an art project today. Everyone done? I'm going to make this big for a second. I want everyone to show me their pie chart like this. Let me see what yours look like.
Oh, I missed the coloring. I just did lines.
Okay. Let me see, April. You just did lines too? Oh, okay. I was just doing coloring because I couldn't really see, but I can see your guys. Okay. So do you see how none of these are symmetrical at all? That is literally your life. Like that is how crazy it is to know that these are, and it's really only 7 areas of constant growth that we're working on. But I divided contribution into 2 different things because he explained it as 2 different things, especially with our business. We know adding value is so important. So I want to share my screen again. And show you guys this. So this is the pyramid of mastery. Screenshot this, take a picture of it. Literally, you cannot move to number 2 until you have mastered number 1. And this is what Tony has done his entire life. So number 1, if you don't have control of your physical body, you're not going anywhere. Whilst all 7 areas of life are important, there is a hierarchy that creates peak performance and fulfillment in life. For example, if you don't master your body, all the money, career success, and contribution in the world will be worthless. I want everyone to write this down. You can't experience an extraordinary quality of life without the vehicle that's going to help you create it. I'll say that again. You can't experience an extraordinary quality of life without the vehicle that's going to help you create it. I literally just gave you a post that everyone can do tomorrow. He read that and I literally got goosebumps all up my arms. You guys, do you see that the number 1 important thing in this world is our physical body and how we treat it? And how freaking amazing is it that our career, our mission, our passion, our purpose starts with a fundamental thing that can help everybody in their life see success. I literally have goosebumps right now. So when I said that I sat next to a multimillionaire, he told me that his number 1 thing he needed to focus on was his physical body. And he was saying how much he puts that on the back burner. And then when I talked to so many other people, they said, even though he was a multimillionaire, there were others who were so successful and said, I would not be where I am today if I didn't focus on my mindset and my health set every single day. Out of everybody I sat next to, there was only one person who was successful in his life who said he needed to work on his physical body. And it must have been like, he must have been a naturally thin person because he didn't look bad to me. Like literally everybody in business there who knew anything about success knew that it started with them. We can't be here if we don't focus on our body too. Number 2, our emotions and meanings. We need to make sure that we are not making up meanings for emotions. So when somebody says no to you, or when somebody quits on your team, trust me, it is so hard, especially as somebody who is just a giver. I'm an Enneagram 2, to not take it personally, to not want to hide or think that I did something wrong. And you guys, you cannot attach those negative meanings to your emotions. You just can't, okay? Number 3, relationships. You're not gonna have a healthy relationship if you cannot control your emotions. I will also tell you that I never had a better marriage than when I physically felt my best and I was most confident in my body. Can anybody else attest to that? When you feel the best in your body, your marriage, your relationships, they thrive, okay? Time. We all want to get ahead of our time, but it's not going to happen if we don't tackle the first 3. Our work, our career, our mission, and that's how we said it goes in that order. We can find work, you can find work anywhere, but when you find a career that aligns with your mission, I love that so much because it's so true. You can work anywhere and be successful, but if it doesn't align to your mission, you're never going to have fulfillment in your life. Finances. Celebrate and contribution. He was talking about how we need to start celebrating like little kids and contributing. You guys, we all want to be able to give enormously to others. We want to be able to serve them. We want to be able to contribute to our society, to our community, to people in need. We can't do any of that if it doesn't start at the bottom. So our physical body If you are looking at this and like, holy crap, my life is a mess, tackle one thing at a time. I will also tell you that whatever you range the highest on is typically what we tend to focus on because that's where we're comfortable. So look at what you range the highest on, and I want you to not put that on the back burner, but know that you've mastered that. So go to what you need to master. Start from the bottom. Have you mastered your physical body? Do you have a good relationship with your body? Are you confident? Do you have a good relationship with your food and your, whatever it needs to be? That needs to be number one. And then you need to go to your emotions and go from there. And I absolutely loved this because when I could tangibly see, not to say my life is a wreck, but just to see that that is number one, you guys, and then go up from there. Like, what is it that you need to work on? We want to have a huge pie chart that's like big and fat and symmetrical all around. So look at what you need to work on and go from there. One thing that he told me that I thought was really powerful, he said, treat your body like it belongs to somebody else. Who could you treat your body like? Think of one person. I think about this all the time. I will only let my kids eat like 2 pieces of Halloween candy, but then Mike and I finish like a 60-piece case, Like if only I cared about my body the way I care about my kid's body. Like treat your body. And I want you guys to use this through the weekend. I want you to really test what difference you could see in your life if you treated your body like it was somebody else and you fueled it like it was somebody else's. I want to make sure I covered everything before I stop. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I didn't look in the chat.
Shayla had a question about the difference between the two contributions.
Okay, Shayla. So contribution giving means like time. So do you volunteer everyone anywhere? Is it like your mission through the business that you want to be able to give your time to something, whether you want to volunteer at an organization or you want to give monetarily, like give money to, a cancer society or anything like that. And then the other contribution is adding value. So are you adding value to your social media, to your clients, to your coaches, to, your life pretty much, like on social media through your business? How much value are you adding? Does that make sense? Okay. I just think it's pretty freaking cool that we have the honor and the privilege of being the foundation to success in everybody's life. Like literally our own life, like what we do helps others live healthy, fulfilling lives. And we know that if we don't start with that, we're not going to be able to go anywhere else. Like if you're wondering why you haven't seen success, and I know some of you guys, your lowest one wasn't your physical body. And that's amazing. If it's your emotions, go up from there. But I really, truly ask you to look within yourself because I think so many of us have struggles that we haven't even admitted to ourselves yet. And that's what I saw so much at that event. Also, this was 1 day worth of learning and not even half of what we covered. So I could do a million like calls on this stuff because it was seriously life-changing. But what I'm going to ask you is for you guys to invest in yourself. If you don't have a ticket to Summit, make sure you're getting there. If you guys haven't committed to Super Saturday or you've never been there, get there, you guys. It is a game changer for yourself. And treat your body this weekend with high energy. I want you guys to tag me anytime you get in peak state because I'm going to be jumping around like a crazy person with you. And I want you guys to treat your body this weekend like it doesn't belong to you, like it belongs to the person in this world that you love and you respect more than anybody. Because sometimes, and we all know this, whether it's our fitness journey or any area of life, it's so much easier for us to show up for other people than it is for us to show up for ourselves. Okay? Is that all the questions? That's all I got for you guys tonight. Let me see. Yes, I love that, Maddie. Where are you at, Maddie? Oh, you're hidden. I see your face now. Yes, and you guys, I have seen so many people have done it, like obviously Heather, because I just, we're like twins, but she started to do peak state. Where are you at? I know Kate's on here. Kate told me the other day she went to work with a coworker and they were like jumping around like crazy before work. And you guys, it just makes you happy. Like he would literally tell us to stand and he's like, shake your butt. You cannot have a frown on your face when you're shaking your behind. And I'm like, this is really awkward, but you're so right. Like, you just can't be unhappy. So just show up like that. And if you guys have kids, get them involved. My kids literally love it. Like, Alex says it all the time. He's like, peak state, peak state. Like, he just loves to jump around and they just want to learn. And we have this incredible, incredible platform that we can give so much to others. And we can do things like make a difference in people's lives and fight childhood obesity and heart disease and things that are so preventable. But it starts with us, right? We have to lead by example. We have to be willing to clear that pathway first so that others can follow us. Okay, I think I preached my little heart out. So I want to take a picture so we can all smile together.